Hi, in this video I'd like to show you how to get started using the magic loop method to create a small circumference without using double point needles. So you can see that I've cast on 20 stitches here, and I've got a 32-inch needle with a long 32-inch cord. Slide all of the stitches to the center of the cord and fold the cord in half where your stitches are. Now, because my stitch pattern is going to be a 2x2 rib, I need a multiple of 4 on the front portion of the coil and the back portion of the coil. So I've got 2, 4, 6, 8 stitches on the front and 12 stitches on the back. Next, I'm going to slide all those stitches to the tips of both needles. And I've got my working yarn coming from the back needle. I'm holding those needles parallel to each other. The yarn is coming from the back. I like to start with a knit stitch on each needle, so I'm just going to take my yarn over the top of that back needle. Now, next I'm going to take my back needle and I'm going to pull it out halfway of the cord. So I've got a part of a cord over here, and then I'm going to turn around and I've got the rest of the cord over here. Now I can start whatever knit stitch pattern I've got going. In my case, it's going to be a knit 2, purl 2. So I just draw the yarn from the back needle and wrap it around the front needle. You can use a 40-inch cord to do this. If you have more stitches on your project, that might be more to your liking. For my purposes, since I only have 20 stitches, I'm going to use a 32-inch cord. So now I've gotten to the end of this half of the circumference, and I ended with 2 purls, which I like. Now I'm going to turn my work so that the working yarn is coming from the back needle, and I'm going to pull that cord, or you can push it to the tip. So now both tips are together in the parallel position, and I'm going to have my yarn draped over the back needle. I'm going to pull that back needle out so the cord is halfway out, turn around, and now I'm going to start knitting this front needle again. Starting with 2 knits on a double point or magic loop or anything like that is a little bit easier for me than starting with 2 purls. And of course you'd be working this in any stitch pattern that your pattern calls for. Once you get around the whole round, you'll have the tail there if you did a long tail cast on, or you can put a plastic safety pin so that you know when you've come to the end of the round. All right, when you're going to start the beginning of the round again, I've got a bit of a gap. That's just where I joined. Don't worry. I'm going to turn my work so the working yarn is in the back here, and push that needle, push or pull, whichever you prefer. I would rather push because when I pull, sometimes I pull that needle all the way out. So now we've got these needles in the parallel position again, and I'm going to have the yarn coming from the back needle. Since my first stitch is a knit, I'm going to have the yarn over the top, pull across that back needle halfway of the cord, turn around, come in the first stitch like you're knitting. If you lose your place or you're ready to stop your knitting, all you have to do is slide all of the stitches onto the cord, and then you're ready to work. Again, when you pick up your knitting, you just have to fold your cord in half to find where you are. So I've gotten to the end of this half of the circle. You can see where I'm attached into the round. And let's just say that I was going to quit for today, or for some reason my yarn got jumbled and I ended up everything on the cord like this. it's not a problem. In fact, that's the way I would put my knitting away. So then when I was ready to start again, I would have the working yarn in the back. I would find my fold again according to my stitch pattern, 2, 4, 6, 8. I would fold the working yarn again and just pull it so that my needles were parallel, ready to start again with the yarn coming from the back needle. So push it until we're halfway, and then you're ready to start again. Pull the back needle out halfway with the yarn over the top of the needles and enter into the first stitch like you're knitting. So that's it. Magic loop knitting. It's quite easy and fun, especially if you don't like working with double points.